the failure of the disciples. And it came to pass that on the next day, when they were come down from the hill, much people met him. And behold, a man of the company cried out, saying, Master, I beseech thee, look upon my son, for he is mine only child. And lo, a spirit taketh him, and he suddenly cries out, and it teareth him that he foameth again, and bruising him hardly departeth from him. And I besought thy disciples to cast him out, and they could not. And Jesus answering said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you and suffer you? Bring thy son hither. This is an act of Jesus in showing his frustration with his disciples, failing again in his view, and his suffering as he feels alienated by them. And as he was yet a coming, the devil threw him down and tear him. And Jesus rebuked the unclean spirit and healed the child and delivered him again to his father. And they were amazed at the mighty power of God. But while they wondered every one at all things which Jesus did, he said unto his disciples, Let this saying sink down into your ears. For the Son of Man shall be delivered into the hands of men. The Son of Man, anthropos. At the time, Greek anthropos, which means a pure emanation of light. Unlike the Old Testament Son of Man, as in a mortal, there are two completely different distinctions here. The New Testament is written in Old Greek. The Son of Man has a complete different meaning in the Evangelion. It means a pure emanation of light. It does not mean the Old Testament meaning. So the pure emanation of light shall be delivered into the hands of sinful men that are going to crucify Jesus. An alien God, a pure emanation, a pure glory of mercy shall be delivered into hands of men who are devoted to Demiurge, Old Testament, God of creation, aka evil God. But they understood not the saying. Of course they did not. And it was hid from them, as they perceived it not, and they feared to ask him of that saying. Now why would anyone be feared to ask all merciful, all kind, emanation anything? Because the disciples that are failing, they operating from the perspective of an Old Testament God. An Old Testament God rules through fear, and fear primarily alone. Right? If one does not behave a certain way, one is punished, and there's constant fear hanging over one as a hypothetical punishment for acts that go against this Old Testament God of law. It's a completely opposite concept to Jesus Christ, who is an emanation of pure mercy, right? The Greek definition of the Son of Man. anthropos. So it seems like for at least 2,000 years, the disciples, or those who claim to be disciples, are still failing at it, and failing miserably, and that is unfortunate.